This is the Vox or Crybaby, Thomas Organ made. This was made in '74. This is a Vox stereo fuzz wah pot replacement. Take this whole bracket out. It's best to put all this together on the bracket. You don't have to take the C-clips off. There's enough play in this whole thing when you get it down to this point. You can get the old ones out. The old gear had some pins, and it was a round gear. It didn't have the D shaft. I've switched to the modern D shaft, and the narrower gear is going to hit fine. This is just a standard Dunlop, D-shaped gear like they have, and I just cut the shafts, put them in together. The orientation of these, they have to be calibrated to each other, and the way I can describe this, if this one is straight up 12 o'clock, the one on the opposite side would be the same, except rotated about 20 degrees clockwise, looking at it from this side to that one. That's a starting point for setting the calibration. You go on what would be the yellow and blue on this side and get it to where when you get your meter on it, it's backing off from 100K. As soon as you see it come off a tiny bit from maximum, let's say maximum is 100K, when you see go to 99.7, stop right there. Make sure you've got this one locked down on the nut here. Go over to this side with this one a little bit loose and turn it until same two leads, the blue and yellow. When it starts to come off at about 99.7, as soon as you see it start to come off max, that's where the resistance range is starting. Those need to be turning at exactly the same resistance for both. So when you find that on the second one, make a mark and then lock that nut down. That way they're both operating in their exact correct range. When I did this, when I was doing the calibration and stuff, I used this little clamp to hold this little bracket together. That kind of helped keep everything from flopping around while I did it. I'm going to bolt it back in, and it's going to work great.